Hello, now I'm going to share with you another Caldecott medal winner. This book is from 1962. It's called Once a Mouse. It was written and illustrated by Marcia Brown, and she used a special kind of technique for the illustrations. They're called woodcuts. She would carve things in wood and then stamp them, color them and stamp them to make the drawings for this. So it's kind of neat. And the story was based on an ancient Indian fable. So let's see what happens in Once a Mouse. When you look at the illustrations, think how it would be to carve these. You'd have to carve them in reverse order and then paint them and stamp them. Once a Mouse from ancient India, a fable cut in wood by Marcia Brown. One day a hermit sat thinking about big and little. Suddenly, he saw a mouse about to be snapped up by a crow. Let's start that over. One day a hermit sat thinking about big and little. Suddenly, he saw a mouse about to be snatched up by a crow. He hurried. To help the poor little animal, and tearing him from the crow's greedy beak, he carried him off to his hut in the forest, where he comforted him with milk and grains of rice. But look! A cat came to the hut with whiskers straight and tail held high. But the hermit was mighty at magic as well as at prayer. When he saw the dangers threatening his little pet, he quickly changed him into a stout cat. What? That night a dog barked in the forest. Poor Puss ran to hide under the bed. The hermit wasted no time in thinking about how big or how so big, and changed the cat into a big dog. Not long after that, a hungry tiger was prowling in the forest and leaped on the dog. Fortunately, the hermit was nearby, and with a gesture, he changed the dog into a handsome royal tiger. Now, imagine the pride of that tiger. All day long, he peacocked about the forest, lording it over the other animals. The hermit missed nothing of all this and chided the beast. Without me, he would say to him, you would be a wretched little mouse. That is, if you were still alive. There is no need to give yourself such airs. The tiger felt offended and humiliated. He forgot all the good he had received from the old man. No one shall tell me that I was once a mouse. I will kill him. But the hermit read the tiger's mind. You are ungrateful. Go back to the forest and be a mouse again. So the proud and handsome tiger turned back into a frightened, humble little mouse. And there he runs off. That ran off into the forest and was... Get out of here. That ran off into the forest and was never seen again. And the hermit sat thinking about big and little. And that was the 1962 Caldecott winner, Once a Mouse. Hello, and now I'm going to share with you the 1987 Caldecott Award winner, Hey Al. And this was written by Arthur Yorix and illustrated by Richard Igaleski. Hey Al. Al a nice man, a quiet man, a janitor, lived in one room on the west side with his faithful dog Eddie. They ate together, they worked together, they watched TV together. What could be bad? Plenty. Look at this dump, Eddie growled. We can't have a house, a little backyard to run around in for a change? Oh, sure, Al snapped. Today it's a house you want. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe the moon. The moon? The moon, Eddie the howled. Pigeons live better than us. No, life wasn't easy for Al and Eddie. They were always working, always struggling. It was always something. One morning while Al was shaving, a voice called to him, "Hey, Al," it said. Al turned around and saw a bird, a large bird. "Al," said the bird, "are you working too hard? Still struggling and going nowhere? Listen, have I got a place for you? No worries, no cares. It's terrific." "Huh?" Al said. He was confused. Al, you need a change. Tomorrow, come and be my guest. Eddie, too. You'll see. You'll love it." Then with a few flaps, the bird was gone. You can imagine that evening's conversation. Eddie was already packing. "What? Just quit my job?" Al said. "There's more to life than mops and pails," Eddie insisted. "But that's it. We're going. I don't want to hear another word." At dawn, they were both in the bathroom, waiting. The large bird appeared, and Al and Eddie were ferried thousands of feet upward to an island in the sky. Unbelievable! Lush trees, rolling hills, gorgeous grass, birds flitted to and fro, waterfalls cascaded into shimmering pools. "Would you look at this view?" Eddie said. "Wow," said Al. Look at everything there. Oh my goodness. All kinds of birds. Birds sang and brought them food. They ate, they drank, they swam, they sunbathed. They never had it so good. "So, Al, is this so terrible?" the large bird asked. "What a life," Al cooed. "A guy could live like this forever." The days passed blissfully. As memories of their old life slowly faded, Al and Eddie decided that this was ecstasy. But ripe fruit soon spoils. One morning, Al woke up and shrieked, "Eddie, look at us. We're turning into birds." Indeed, their eyes were a little beady, their noses a bit beak-like. "We've got to get out of here," he croaked. Wings sprouted, tail feathers plumed. Take us back, Eddie quacked. "I don't want to be a bird. I'd rather mop floors," he honked as they both flapped furiously and rose into the air. Look at Eddie. "Eddie, be careful, follow me," Al squawked, but Eddie in a frenzy was flying in circles higher and higher. Exhausted, straining to stay aloft, he plunged into the open sea and was gone. But Al barely made it home in one piece. Alone without his friend, he was heartbroken. But fortunately, Eddie was a talented swimmer. In no time, he found his way back to the west side. "Eddie," Al cried. "Oh, Al." Paradise lost is sometimes heaven found. That's the 1987 Caldecott Award winner, Hey, Al.